Hare Krishna, dear devotees. It's Chandrabhadna Chaitanya Das, and back here for Saturday Rest and Retreat. So, welcome back to the Bhakti House. Today, I've already got a blog post that I've already created for you guys, and I got Friday nights on there as well. I decided this Friday got a little intense for me personally, so we weren't really able to do a kirtan for the most part. I just got waylaid and inundated with a lot of different things. Sometimes things happen, so sorry about that. But for today, it's about rest and relaxation, which I'm telling you guys, I really, really need. Um, I just wanted to kind of do a quick Saturday rest and retreat video for you guys, let you know about the blog post that's on there. Please take a look at that. You can look at Friday nights. I did that for you guys as well, and Saturday, which is today. I got to connect with a lot of people yesterday, a lot of frenetic energy, and sometimes you can just get inundated with so much. One of the things that really, I guess it's kind of interesting the way this works. It kind of calms me down. I guess it's kind of like a meditation for me, is writing. And writing can be very therapeutic. And for some people, it's the opposite. They just, give them a pen and paper to start writing, or give them a typewriter or a computer to start putting together a manuscript or a journal or whatever, and it completely stresses them out. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because it's actually kind of like what is interesting to one person can be uninteresting to another person. So there's these polarities, right? What is, what is undesirable can be desirable, and something that stresses one person out can be therapeutic to another person. And I'll give you another example of that. So recently I had the opportunity to do some volunteer work, and the place that I was volunteering, the music that was being played was I don't even know what kind of music it was, but it was very loud, and the lyrics were very dirty, and it was just like almost like electric music or metal music or something like that. But it was like, I don't know, it was bothersome to me personally, to be honest with you. But to the other person I was working with, it was like their motivation. It was their zen. And I really appreciated that, like when I'm connecting with this person, for the first time, actually. This was our first time kind of interacting and getting to know this person. And a big part of like Bhakti is really like, compassion and stuff, of course, but it's also about like barriers, like you want to, do things from the heart, and you also want to be honest as well. So after like a couple of hours of listening to the music kind of as it was, and this person was just super motivated. They were getting all this work done. They were doing a really great job, and I complimented them on that. I just was like kind of getting worn down. I mean, the energy of that music was just kind of bringing me down. So, and so then I asked them just kind of the way that I kind of reframed everything is I just said, have you ever heard of like, of kirtan? Have you ever heard of kirtan? And they had not. And so that was kind of my segue into helping them with learning a little bit about kirtan and about the music in general. And of course, I had my little SA-47 keyboard. It's over here, actually. I had that on me, so I was able to actually teach them the Maha Mantra on that. So that meant having to turn the other radio off so that we could do the kirtan. And in that moment, after we had gotten all this work, well, I should say after he had gotten all that work done, because he was doing a lot of it because he was so in his zone, we got to sit down. We had some time at that point because we were pretty caught up on things in terms of our workload. And then we could get together and do some nice Maha Mantra chanting. And I'll tell you something that really was kind of the icing on the cake, if you will, the cherry on the ice cream, whatever you want. however you want to look at it. That's the fact that as we were doing this, like as we were doing the kirtan, surprisingly, other people from other areas that were also doing volunteer work there, they actually came over to listen to the music. And a few of them actually sat down with us. So we had about 5 or 6 people, 7 people maybe even at one point, just having some really nice kirtan. So that was just a great way of, so I guess what I'm trying to get at is the practice, what we're actually doing, like this consistent practice of doing kirtan, of doing your japa, you're chanting Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you're doing that and you're doing it very consistently, then like opportunities tend to open up for more of that. So what may have looked like, geez, he's trapped in this situation he can't really get out of, and the music and stuff is really bothering him and everything, but no, it's like Krishna gave me another opportunity to say, hey, to use that as kind of like I said, wow, you're really motivated. This music is like really pumping you up, getting you going. And he was very excited, and he was like, I love this, and blah, I don't know. But anyway, he when he found out about the kirtan and the chanting and stuff, and we did that for a little bit, it was really calming and stuff like that, which was pretty good. And I think he really actually enjoyed it. Now, he didn't go into too much expressive detail telling me about it, and maybe honestly it wasn't really the cadence for him, the kind of the speed or the loudness that he was used to, but it was an opportunity for him to get introduced to the Mahamantra. And so in that way, the effect of the Mahamantra, maybe it was a blessing to him, even if he doesn't know about it so much, but maybe it is, who knows. But it was a blessing to not just me, but to other people around us as well. So several people came and at least stood up, but maybe about 6 or 7 people actually were together collected, including me and him together. So, I guess what I'm trying to get at is the consistency of doing something will also open up opportunities for us to be able to do more of the same, more service for Krishna, more service for the devotees, to help people out, and to really just, let our hearts shine on others. And that and I talk about this a little bit in the blog post kind of early on, but that persistent practice and that consistency in that practice will actually lead to taste. It actually leads us to getting a taste for the holy names, getting a taste for love, getting a taste for bhakti. And once that really grabs hold of you, it's something that you just want more and more of. And I guess that's really the experience that I see happening with so many people. People that we're doing outreach for and stuff, and connecting with, and other devotees and stuff, as well as myself personally. So I guess the nature of what I'm trying to get at today for this very special rest and retreat day is we're just going to take it really easy today, and we're going to decompress. We're going to let go of any kind of nervous energy or negative experiences, or any kind of experiences that happened to you this past week that were a little uncomfortable. And this is a way for us just to kind of let our thoughts just diminish, and just kind of really, really tap into this sense of connection with ourselves and with Krishna and with the devotees and everyone. So we'll just kind of almost leave it there today, and then take a little bit of time, go back to the bhaktihouse.org, look at the blog post, and then just kind of digest a little bit at a time. You can go to Friday nights if you haven't already done Friday nights, and then you can do today's Saturday rest and retreat, and then tomorrow we will also have another one. Wow, I'm talking about resting and retreating, and I'm falling asleep here. Sorry. So like I said, we'll have one tomorrow as well, like the satsang, Sunday satsang and feast. And if you guys are in or around the Jackson, Michigan area, I'll invite you. So around noon, I will be heading over to the Sikh temple here. Now, the people there at the Mandir, the temple there, are very, very sweet individuals. The temple itself is very peaceful and very calming and very relaxing. Yeah, it's not the Bhakti house, obviously, but it's a great place while we're getting the Bhakti house going to connect with each other and to just, enjoy a nice meal together. They do in Sikhism it's called a langar. It's a community kitchen, and it's you can go in at noon, and immediately there's snacks and everything. There's tea and there's water and different things for you guys. Now, if you're if you're a devotee and you're a bhakta and you're probably a devotee of Krishna, then probably you'll be careful with the food because it does have onion and garlic, some of it, and so you may not know exactly what. Not all of it does, though. And then there may very well also be caffeine in the chai tea. It's not like our Bhakti house chai tea that we make, that is just completely herbal and spice based, milk based. This is actually the chai tea that has like the black tea leaves. They get cooked with the spices and everything as well. But here, I'll tell you guys a little secret. If you avoid the chai tea, and I know like so many of you enjoy your tea and and I get it, especially if you come from India. But if you avoid that for a year, just take a year and don't drink any of it. I know that's like asking an impossible thing for some of you, but if you just avoid it and just take your chai with the milk, like in other words, your spice, your chai spice, your chai masala, put that in with your milk, doodh, and then heat that up. No tea whatsoever. Just enjoy that, and it's nice. You can even do like rose water milk if you want. A little bit of rose water in your milk, very wonderful as well, kind of the essence of rose. But if you don't like that and you prefer more of the traditional chai with the traditional spice blend, just use the chai masala and then also use the milk. So boil the milk, put the chai masala in, mix it up really nicely, and then just enjoy that for some time. Let the chai get out of your system. Here's what I will tell you, and this, I always see this happening with especially new devotees that will have a really difficult time getting rid of the chai tea or the coffee or anything like that. If you will just let go of your chai tea, drink the milk with the chai masala instead, wait some months. It doesn't have to be a whole year, but I just use that as an example. But wait some time, let some time go by, and then try to drink a cup of chai and see that. I think what you'll find that so many people I've noticed have found that it's so undesirable. Like it just does not taste right. And I mean, it's something that you might have had as a child growing up in India, or even here in the US, or in Europe especially. People drink a lot of tea. So if that's your thing, you may say, well, no, Chandra, I'll never be able to let it go. Just try it for a little while and then try it versus the milk. And you'll find that the milk with the chai masala honestly is so much better. You can even add your chini, your sugar into it if you like. So yeah, so anyways, I just kind of throw that out there. I don't know where I was going with this, but oh well, I'm just putting it out there. It's about decompressing today though. So think about the things that are comforting to you, whether it's tea time, like a certain time of the day. Maybe it's morning, you have your tea with a biscuit or something, or you maybe have it with a banana, but the chai masala, of course, with the milk. But anyways, going back to what I was saying as far as the Sikh temple, we're going to be meeting there tomorrow around noon. So if you are in the Jackson area or the vicinity, and you would like to just connect with us, some of the local devotees around Jackson here, you're more than welcome to do that. This is sort of just like a trial thing that we're doing for now, and getting to know some other people and connecting with others as well. And the Sikhs are very nice, lovely people. It is their own unique religion. But there's a lot of qualities of bhakti in Sikhism. So, it's and other religions as well. I'm not just going to say Sikhism, but Sikhism is very closely aligned a lot of times with like our ISKCON or our bhakti tradition, our Gaudiya Vaishnavism. But not in the God sense, not in the Krishna conscious sense, because that part is missing. which is why, but the part that is alive is the bhakti. It's the service, and they do such a great service, and they cook such nice langar for the devotees and for people from the community. It's a very consistent thing, and it's one of their, it's really part of the, it's one of the pillars of their beliefs, is to do this. And Guru Nanak, he was one of the Sikh gurus. He was one that kind of instituted this and kind of put this into motion. And ever since then, this is just, the langar in the community kitchen has been just something that's been ongoing ever since. And in India and many temples, probably even here in the US, it's more than just a Sunday situation where they're providing the food. It could be like an everyday kind of situation. You go to like Amritsar, for example, the Golden Mandir, the Golden Temple there. They're doing like, they're feeding over 100,000 people every single day at the Golden Temple. I mean, that's a lot of money that goes into that food. Millions of dollars, in fact. And people are generously donating out of their own work and stuff to give back because they believe in it, because it's a big part of their culture and everything. But also, more than just the food and this constant giving, it's also about doing things from the heart. And you go and you just sit down in a Sikh mandir for a little time and talk to some people there, and you'll find that the people are very genuine, very nice, and very kind. And at least that's always been my experience. So, and they're very willing to share with you about the religion and stuff if you care to listen. But otherwise they won't. They'll just kind of leave you alone about things, and you can kind of digest things as you wish. But in terms of like our processes, they have the prasadam, they have the food, the langar, the kitchen, the community kitchen meal. But they also have the kirtan. And it's a little bit different than our traditional Gaudiya Vaishnava kirtan, like chanting Mahamantra and everything. They're chanting like their holy book, like the scripture, the verses and that, instead of our Mahamantra. So I always just, while I'm there, I always just kind of find myself chanting, especially because the music, the Guru Granth Sahib is in Punjabi, and not even so much Punjabi as much as Gurmukhi, which is like the script that Punjabi is written in. So I forget exactly what you call it, but it's the brain's a little slipping here today. But it is it's even different than Punjabi. So if you do speak Punjabi, it could even be a little bit challenging for you maybe to understand it as well, let alone someone that doesn't speak Punjabi, So in that case, just kind of chant silently to yourself. I know I do this, the Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, while the kirtan is going, and enjoy the kirtan and enjoy the blessing that is there. And then what we do is, like, we usually get there around noon. The program doesn't really start, the kirtan doesn't really usually start until about, I don't know, maybe closer to 1, maybe 12:30, 1 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark. So we have some time to sit and visit there in the basement, kind of sitting Indian style as we enjoy our snacks and just have some community. And so several of us have started doing this. And then now, after that, we end up then going up, listening to the kirtan, and there's a little prayer afterwards, and that's it. And then you go right back downstairs, and then is the whole langar, like the community kitchen is then opened up to everybody, and they have, like, you'll sit down like Indian style, they'll give you the thali and everything, and the devotees there will come by, and the Sikh devotees will come by, and they will actually feed you. They will actually serve you food. There is a kind of I don't know exactly how to phrase it, but like, it's kind of like not a cliche, but it's something that's very prevalent, or that you'll hear mentioned several times or oftentimes within a Sikh temple. If you go for any period of time, that a beggar and a millionaire basically should be able to sit down and enjoy a meal together as equals. And that's kind of the whole premise of this, is that we're all equal. And that's a really good feeling, when you're sitting around people from different backgrounds and different cultures and different socioeconomic situations, different health situations, different age situations. To be able to connect with everyone and do it in a very loving and kind way, the Sikhs definitely have it figured out. Like, I mean, it is, you always feel very welcome there. So come on out if you're nearby, and enjoy some time with us. And then afterwards, after the meal and stuff, we usually go upstairs again and just we kind of get out of the temple side of it, but we'll hang out a little bit and just talk and kind of visit and everything. So if you're interested, of course, join us. Love to have you. And then that's kind of like our Sunday satsang, kind of our Sunday get together and stuff, our Sunday program that we're kind of doing. It would be nice if we could all kind of get together and do some kirtan, which we will start doing again at some point when the weather starts to change back to nice weather. It was in the 30s last night, and it will warm up again today during the daytime, and it'll get cooler. So we're starting to get to that stage now. It's like kind of just after the middle of March. I think it's the 21st today of March, that the weather is starting to kind of come back around a little bit. You're starting to hear the birds come out. The snow is getting melted and not as much. We do, like, there's frost on the temple windows and stuff. You could see that a little bit this morning. I was outside walking around, doing a round around the building. And, it is what it is. But anyway, I'm just kind of blabbing at this point. Guys, I just want to say, Hari Bol. Thanks again for joining me this Saturday rest and retreat. We will maybe start to get back into the yoga a little bit. Kind of got away from that, but that's the reason why I was kind of doing this video also, is to share with you guys kind of some of the things that have been going on. So we had our cookbook that came out, and it's been doing quite lovely. People have been buying the cookbook and the Ekadashi book as well. In fact, we've got maybe 5 people have bought the book since we released them here in March, late February and early March. And so that's very kind. That's nice. I mean, that's going to help a little bit here and there. The sales from that will help the temple and everything. I put together another book that I just literally tried to publish on Amazon today. And unfortunately, and I'm not exactly sure why, and they said they were going to send me an email, and I never did receive one. So I'm not sure who to reach out to about this, but I did actually publish another book for the Bhakti House that I wrote, and this one was very much specifically about relationships. And for some reason, I don't know why, it got banned or blocked, is how they put it, on Amazon's Kindle. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that live on Amazon or not. I may have to look into some other options as far as publishing go. But if you've ever wanted to find out the secret to relationships and really like how to make them last, and how to have a really solid, stable relationship, and do it from the Bhakti perspective, or the Bhakti persuasion, if you want to think of it that way, you might be interested in that book. Put a lot of love, a lot of thought into it, because this is stuff that I've been doing as I've been counseling people over the years, spiritual counseling for, many, many years now. There are certain themes that kind of tend to come back around and again and again and again. And relationships are one of those. I get emails regularly from devotees and also non-devotees, and just people in general, looking for some relationship advice or some help in different things and whatnot. And usually, so a lot of this comes from a lot of the experiences, and not just trial and error, but just through the success stories that we've had with people, working with people over the years, and really trying to put that into words in a way that makes sense from a Bhakti perspective, and to share that with everyone. So I was really hoping that the book would get live, sooner rather than later, so that we could kind of get that in the hands of more people and get that up on our website and everything. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, we don't stress or fret or frown. I put a lot of work into it, but Krishna's mercy, and for Krishna's pleasure. So it's in my heart. I did it from the heart. So if it gets published, that'll be Krishna's desire. If not, it won't be. So I got to have faith, right? So anyway, guys, I hope everyone's having a really great Saturday. And again, just go back, try to relax, and make this a really nice, sweet experience for you today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, Sunday. Hari Bol.